finally a sunny day. Bill and I are just headed out to Fort. We want to go grab a couple things. We got a few stops along the way. Maybe we'll take you with us. First off, we're dropping this off to Alex and Lois. They've been the first neighbors that have been there for us since we got here. And they're the ones back in July who brought us those cupcakes. And Alex helped Dad P put up the entire wall of solar panels. So we're taking some donuts over. Unfortunately, Lois isn't here, so I'll have to make more when she comes home. But Alex will get to enjoy these ones. And then we're going to be stopping and dropping off our cans. They have these cool little recycle spots all along the way to town. But I just want to show you how bright and sunny it is today. It's not too cold. It's actually +3 today, so that's the warmest we've had in weeks. But yeah, we'll take you for a journey. So we're just going into Emo. This is probably the closest, biggest town to us. The other way is Rainy River, so this is Emo. And it's got a bunch of stuff here, but then we're going to continue on to Fort Francis after, and they have even more there. So Bill's being my cameraman, and so we've got a gas station here, we've got a John Deere, a grocery store, and a Kubota. Hardware. There's a bunch of little stuff down in town. We're gonna go drive through downtown. There's a feed store here. We've got a lot more than just feed. It's pretty cool. And yeah, so this is where I come frequently to work at the post office when I'm not working at our post office in Pinewood. And just like every other town along this highway, we're on a river. And straight across the river is the States. So it's kind of cool that you can just look across and see there. Sorry, it's really bumpy. We have lots of train tracks too. So there's the river out in front of us. And this river, you can follow it right to Fort Francis and all the way to Rainy River down by our place. And so this is downtown Emo. It's pretty quiet because it's a Sunday. Nothing's really open. This is Home Hardware and the drugstore. And then the post office where I work. And yeah, there's not a whole lot going on in Emo. It's pretty quiet. And then the Emo Legion. It's kind of one of those blink and you miss it towns. Not really as bad, not as much as Pinewood. Pinewood's really, you blink and you miss it, but Emo's got a little bit of substance to it. The grocery store here, Cloverleaf, it's awesome because they sell pretty much everything in bulk. So we don't have any Costco's around here. We don't have Costco around here, so. So they have everything in bulk there, which is cool. And then there's Kubota. We have our snowmobile that came with the house. They're fixing it in there, which is pretty cool. So we'll have a little snowmobile to put around on. And this is like one of very few restaurants, the Emo Inn. That's where my friend Linda and I usually go for lunch. And they got good food. All right, we'll check in with you soon, a little bit further down the highway. we've had some pop cans at home. So Bill's going to put them in here. So we have these containers around in all the towns and stuff, and all of the aluminum tins get collected and the money goes to the charity of choice at the time. So that's cool. It's another way of recycling them and not putting them in the garbage can. So we've been holding on to the bag and going to get rid of them. And that's it. This is in Devlin, where I'm going to be working at the post office between Christmas and New Year, and but they have them in Fort and all over the place. So on the road to Fort we go. All right, so we made it to Fort Francis. It's about an hour from our place. You can see we're gonna hit a light here, of course, but straight ahead of us is the bridge to International Falls in the US. And I'm not exactly sure what this big building beside us was, but it's gone, and well, they're in the process of taking it down. I'm sure someone who's local, like Linda, maybe can tell us what that was, because I don't know what it was. But yeah, so there's a border crossing here, and so this is like the main street of downtown Fort Francis. There's all the banks are down here, Leon's, Mr. Sub, Domino's. Yeah, that was probably like a paper mill of some type, or a pulp mill or something like that. So everything's down here. Our insurance is down here. Mr. Sub, Domino's, Leon's, and then Shoppers is up here, and Lowry's, where we got our computer chairs. That's the post office of Fort Francis. Yeah, everything's down here in a nutshell. Fort Francis is bigger than Emo. It's got Canadian Tire, Walmart, Shoppers, TBS. Like I said, all the banks. So it's got a little bit of everything here. A lot more than Emo. See you later.